UFC fight night, DDP versus Kamaru Usman goes down this Saturday night. We've actually got no, it's not a bad card. There's a couple of underrated bangers on this card: McMillan, Montez, Cannonier, CLD, Bashi Delgado, Alden Correa, another good prospect, RJ Harris, some debutants. But the main event is DDP Usman, big fight for the middleweight division. Winner could get a title fight. In this video, I'm going to go through the full card from bottom to top, give my predictions as to who I think will win every fight. Let's get into it. First fight of the night is Ezra Elliott versus Damian Anderson, two debutants new to the UFC. This fight was announced this week, relatively short notice for both guys. Ezra Elliott trains with Tim Welch, at Arizona, that Jim O'Malley, and all the good prospects they've got there. Very good gym for bantamweights, featherweights, lightweights. Taking on Damian Anderson, 5-0, jiu-jitsu background. I'm going to go with Ezra Elliott. I think he's better striker on the feet. Damian Anderson's dangerous on the ground, but his wrestling isn't all that. He's kind of like Paddy Pimblett, them type of fighters, where if you try to take them down, they're probably going to latch up a guillotine or take your back. But I think Ezra Elliott will keep it standing on the feet, and I think he will TKO Damian Anderson. Ezra Elliott's got a good grappling background of his own, lots of knockouts, lots of TKOs. However, the comp isn't the best. However, he's easily beaten them, which gives me some confidence he can go into the UFC against decent caliber of comp like Damian Anderson, who's got okay striking, okay grappling. But I think Ezra Elliott will shine here, debut, and get a first round, second round knockout. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much about both these guys. I just know Anderson's a jiu-jitsu guy. Elliott is more well-rounded, a better MMA fighter, probably. Fought, he's got more experience. Both guys are relatively new. I trust in Ezra Elliott to beat Damian Anderson by knockout. Moving on to Anna Miliciano versus Dion Barboza. Just a fucking badass fight. Great fight. However, it was meant to be Veronica Hardy. She pulled out this week. Anna Miliciano steps in. She is off tough, and she's not that tough at all. I think Diana. I don't. Wow. I think Diana Barboza is going to knock her out. No, not knock her out. Submit her. She's a very good jiu-jitsu fighter. Much better grappling than Anna Miliciano. Anna Miliciano's okay on the feet. Mid striker. Grappling's a bit suspicious. She's got a couple of losses on her resume. Rear naked choke losses. I think Johnny Barboza will survive the early onslaught, take her down, take the back. Just Gianni Barbosa's nothing special either. Like Anna Meliciano, she's not UFC level. She's only been signed because she's on tough. Nothing special here at all. I think Barbosa's got the better experience. I thought great comp, only losing to good comp. Miranda Maverick, Karine Silva, two very decent flyweights in the UFC. And I think she is going to beat Anna Meliciano. Dangerous early as Meliciano's a decent striker. Could back Gianni Barbosa up and knock her out early. But Barbosa's okay on the feet as well. Nothing special at all. She's just that mid UFC flyweight. Whereas I don't think Meliciano's that. I think she's a bottom of the barrel flyweight, not even really UFC caliber. I think she'll survive the early onslaught, take Meliciano down, and submit her. Next is a interesting fight. Some heavyweight slop after some WMMA slop. Alvin Hines versus RJ Harris. It doesn't say anything about RJ Harris, but he's 6'6", 27 years of age, 5-0. Very good. Not very good. He's heavyweight. None of the heavyweight prospects are any good, really. He's a decent prospect. He looks okay. He's not a fat blob. Alvin Hines, pot for roids. I mean, if that is him on roids, I'm no fucking Ronnie Coleman. But come on now. Pot for roids, got banned for a year. Looked okay against Jonathan Deniz, but that's not age well. Jonathan Deniz is dog shit as well. I think I'm going to go with RJ Harris here. He's going to knock him out in the pocket. RJ Harris even could go with a standing guillotine. If you watch some of his regional scene fights, he's got a couple of standing submissions. He's a big guy. Clinch up against Alvin Hines or back him up against the cage on the fence. Much bigger guy, can use his jab, low kicks, he could even take Alvin Hines down. He's got decent grappling as well. But it's heavyweight, they're nothing special. Both guys are pretty sloppy. It tends to just be whoever lands first. But I think RJ Harris. I think both guys have a solid chin. I think RJ Harris will find the chin of Alvin Hines. He's got the reach advantage. Submission threat. Alvin Hines probably won't be trying to take him down. He's got decent submissions. But nothing special here at all. Neither guy anything special. I'm going to go with RJ Harris to knock out Alvin Hines. And Alvin Hines is probably going to get cut if he loses. Suspended for a year for drugs. Lost to Jonathan Deniz, whether he did look good or not. And it wasn't short notice, pot for drugs. And also, fighters tend to look a lot worse coming off of a PED ban. And I'm going to go with RJ Harris here. On his debut, relative short notice, I'm pretty sure it was meant to be Alan Fright Jr. or someone like that. Yeah. I'm going to trust in RJ Harris, an absolute heavyweight slop fest. I'm going to go with RJ Harris. Next up in the flyweight division, a very big favourite here, Alden Correa, and rightfully so. He's going to destroy Stuart Nickel. Stuart Nickel is nothing special. Very small guy. I don't do in the UFC. So he's a small guy. He's got dog shit footwork. He can't grapple, and he's got no pop on the feet. So he's just there to be a standing punching bag at range, and that is what will happen here. Alden Correa will pick him off at range with the jab. He's got some nice teeps, low kicks. His footwork is very good. He is a very good prospect in this division. I like Alden Correa. I think it's going to look very similar to the Garul fight, where he just stays at range, doesn't really crash into the pocket or do nothing risky, just picks off Stuart Nickel at range before he finds the knockout below. Round one, round two, probably he's going to look for an early KO to just build the hype on him, get another highlight reel, and then he could look for a ranked opponent. You know, he's 2-0 in the UFC, fought Alessandro Costa. That win has aged very well. And Alden Correa is a good grappler as well. He's got good defensive grappling, can even mix it in. He took Alessandro Costa down. Stuart Nickel against Lucas Rocha, shot about 50 takedowns, got the majority of them defended. He's nothing special here. A justified minus 1,000 favourite. Alden Correa is going to destroy Stuart Nickel. There is not an aspect of MMA what Stuart Nickel is better than Alden Correa in. And Alden Correa is going to have to make a massive mistake or get a freak injury for Stuart Nickel to win it. Although, you know, Stuart Nickel's back's up against the wall, massive underdog, he's got nothing to lose. Could go out there early, stun Alden Correa, but I don't see it happening. I'm going with Alden Correa to beat Stuart Nickel there. Next up in the light heavyweight division, Levi Rodriguez Jr. versus Felipe Franco. This is two guys that shouldn't be in the UFC. Levi Rodriguez Jr. won on the Contender Series. Well done. Pop for roids, cheated on the Contender Series. UFC should never sign him again. Felipe Franco lost on the Contender Series. Signed up on short notice to fight Felipe Pinto, Mario Pinto. Looked like dog shit. It was just in there to survive. It was more of Pinto having an off night and being and a shit game plan than Felipe Franco being good and actually giving a competitive fight. That fight was absolute dog shit. I saw it live at the O2. Franco was just, just getting held in the clinch and fucking defending takedowns. So Felipe Franco's got good takedown defense, but he's a good grappler. However, Levi Rodriguez is a very good striker, very dangerous early, good in the pocket, and I'm picking him here to knock out Felipe Franco. Franco's very boring. He's that type of guy. To be fair, he's down at light heavyweight now. He's not a natural heavyweight, so this is his preferred division, Franco. But I'm going with Rodriguez. I think he's going to knock him out in the pocket. Worried about his takedown defense here. Felipe Franco's a good grappler. However, he does train with Jailton Almeida, so we already know that's why he's a terrorist of the sport, affiliated with Almeida. I'm going with Levi Rodriguez to find the chin. Very dangerous striker in the pocket. Bit of Brazilian on Brazilian crime here. And the only way Franco's going to win is if he holds him down. He's not got much offense against Pinto. Through about 10 strikes. He was just backing up against the cage, trying to not get slimed out, just to try and earn another chance. And fair play to him, it worked. He is off roids. Levi Rodriguez had a ban, so that could affect him like Alvin Hines, but who knows? I just think he's a better striker than Felipe Franco, and he's going to knock him out early. Moving on now, we've got Jean-Paul Lebonsniani versus Seong Hong Kyo. Probably butchered both their names there. I apologise, but this is a good fight. A lot of people are picking Lebonsniani here, and I'm not. I'm going with Seong Hong Kyo. However you say his name, Kyo Seok Hyung Ko. I'm not South Korean. But he's a very good grappler. Take nothing away from his grappling game here. Incredible grappler. Absolutely destroyed Orban Elliott. Well, not destroyed, smudged Orban Elliott. And Phil Rowe, who Lebonsniani fought in his debut. His only fight is Phil Rowe. If you want to compare who they fought, I know it doesn't work like that. But Seong Hong Kyo just dominated Phil Rowe, held him down for 3 straight rounds, 15 minutes nearly of control time. Whereas Lebonsniani had a pretty competitive striking battle with him. Phil Rowe is nothing special. That's why I'm not too high on this guy's hype train, as he has only beaten Orban Elliott and Phil Rowe. Nothing special. Lebonsniani win is good. He's a young prospect, a decent striker, but we haven't seen his takedown defense. We haven't seen no one try and take him down. Phil Rowe didn't shoot on him. In the UFC, at least, on the regional scene, he was okay, but I'm going with Seong Hong Kyo here to overwhelm Lebonsniani, take him down. For me, to beat Seong Hong Kyo, you're going to have to be just as good as a grappler as him, and I don't think Lebonsniani is, and you've got to have incredible pop on the feet, like a Prates, etc. That's just obviously for now. Someone like that to stop the takedown threat and knock him out on the feet. I don't think Lebonsniani's got it here. A pretty close fight on the odds wise. Judging of some of the fucking odds on this card, this should be a bit wider. But I'm going with Seong Hong Kyo to hold him down, win a decision here. He's not got much pop on the feet, but he's defensively sound. And neither does Lebonsniani against Phil Rowe. Very sloppy. Couple of he could have put the gas. What's the word? Put the fucking pressure on Phil Rowe and gone for the KO. But he had a sloppy game plan. And round 3, Phil Rowe looked decent, backing him up. But that's Phil Rowe. He has a good third round. He's like Cheeto Vera, just does dog shit the first 2 rounds. Comes back in the third. Anyway, enough yap about that. I'm going with Sean Ko to take down Levon Sniani for at least 2 rounds and win decision here. Headline in the prelims, we've got Austin Bashi versus Jose Delgado, and it's a disgrace to humanity that this is on the prelims ahead of fucking Richie Klein, Chase Hooper, Matt Ramirez. This is arguably the second best fight on the card. An incredible fight between two featherweight prospects. Bashi's a great grappler, Delgado's a great striker, arguably undefeated. You know, a lot of people say Nathaniel Wood robbed him. No comment. I've got no bias to anyone from the UK, obviously. But I'm going with Jose Delgado here. I was impressed with Bashi against what's his name, John Yanis. That wins aged well. We see McGee have a competitive fight with him, but that was on the feet. You know, there wasn't really much. Stop stuttering. Bashi went straight at Yanis, took him down, took the back. Very impressive. But I don't think he can do that to Delgado, though. He's a much better grappler. He is there to be taken down. You know, if Bashi can jump on the back, then it's a whole different game. He could lock up the sub, but I don't think he will do that. You know, Delgado, when he does get taken down, like we've seen against Andre Fili, he gets straight back up. He's got good scrambles on the ground, gets straight back up to the feet. No one really holds him down. Very powerful as well. I think if they exchange in the pocket, Delgado's got the more pop. Bashi, inexperienced in the MMA striking game. He's got that wrestling background. He's not got many knockouts. The way he wins is he takes the guys down. He holds them down in the UFC at least. Uh, you know, he's got nothing special. You know, fraud checked in his debut against Christian Rodriguez. That has aged well. He looks good, better now. But if you can defend Bashi's takedowns, he's not got much for you. He's smaller than Delgado as well. The size is going to be massive here. Reach advantage isn't that big, but Delgado is much more powerful, much better striker. I can even see him timing a knee up the middle. If Bashi's like charges in, he's a much smaller guy here, and I'm favouring Delgado to get a round 1, round 2 KO here. He's going to go one or two ways. Bashi's going to smudge him, submit him, or Delgado's going to outstrike him, win a decision, and knock him out. I'm going to go with the Delgado side. He's a much better striker. Showed decent grappling defense. I've got no reason to not pick him here. Bashi, a good prospect, a weird matchup after getting brutally fraud checked in your debut to get a win against a bottom of the barrel guy and then go straight back up against a good contender. Weird, but he clearly believes himself. Trains with Diego Lopez. I don't hate on him. He's a good prospect. I just think Delgado's a much better striker and will knock him out here. Moving on now to the main card where we've got Tommy McMillan versus Alberto Montez. Another big fight on this card. And I'm going with Alberto Montez. I cannot believe he is a favourite here. This should be a pick'ems at worst. Montez should be the favourite. Montez is a much better grappler than McMillan, much more calmer on the feet. I'm not taking away from McMillan. What he does works until you come against a guy like Alberto Montez that is calm, composed on the feet, just as good as a boxer. You know, watch his fight back with Ricky Tercios. Ricky Tercios would crash in and throw wild shots at Montez. He's got good footwork, good head movement. He'd pick the shots very well. He's pretty low output, but he picks the shots well, and when they land, they damage his opponents. I know Ricky Tercios is nothing special, but is really Ricky Tercios any better than Tommy McMillan? The only thing I have to say is Ricky Tercios shot in multiple times on Alberto Montez, which led to the submission. He's got a great Darce choke, as we all know by now. Tommy McMillan probably won't be shooting any takedowns here, I assume. I can see McMillan stunning him early. That's what he does. You know, he's going to go out there. He's going to swing wild with Montez. Open for counters. Montez is a great head movement in and out. Pull counters are there. Counter check hooks are there. Like McMillan, he's a very fun guy to watch. I don't think he's a good fighter. I think he's an exciting fighter. There's a difference. What he does works. He's fun to watch. He's a dog in the pocket. I'm taking nothing away from his heart and his durability. He got a good chin, but you went to war with Cecchini. You went to war with a guy in the contender series. And online, he can't take criticism when people say that you're not elite. And what he's shown is not elite. He's nothing like O'Malley, who he trains with, who was like sniping guys, destroying guys. He's not destroying guys. He's getting hit a lot, trading in the pocket. Yes, he's powerful. Yes, he's durable. That's good. But when the competition increases, you won't be able to get away with that. I think Montez will counter him in the pocket with a check hook or straight down the middle as he crashes in, or it'll take him down and knock up a Darce. I'm going with Alberto Montez here. I can understand the McMillan hype, but I don't understand he's a favourite. He's a good he's not really a good prospect. He's a fun prospect. There's a difference. The only way I see him beating Montez is if he stuns him early and just drowns him, like kind of like Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker, that type of finish. I just don't think he's got it. Montez is the much better striker, cleaner, better grappler. I'm going with Montez here. On now to Tabitha Ricci versus Fatima Klein, and this is a dodgy matchup to pick. I don't understand the odds being so favourable for Fatima Klein. I'm going to go with Fatima Klein, but I don't think it should be that wide. We don't know about her grappling game. ever since her loss to Jasmine Jasudavicius in her debut, where she got smudged, she hasn't really fought a grappler since of a level of Jasmine Jasudavicius. And Tabitha is a solid grappler. I know she just got ragdolled by Jandiroba, but Jandiroba would probably ragdoll Fatima Klein. Fatima Klein's a good striker. I'm going with her here. I think she will knock out Tabitha Ricci. Ricci's nothing special on the feet, really. Very low output, not much power at all. Very, very small as well. 5'1" in the division, big reach advantage. And look, what gives me confidence in Fatima Klein is she passed the Angela Hill test with flying colours very easily, pieced her up for the whole 15 minutes, whereas Tabitha Ricci went to war with Angela Hill, robbery decision. I thought Angela Hill won that fight, very close fight, but I think Fatima Klein's a nasty striker. She's got some good striking, one of the best in the division. A big opportunity for her to rise up the rankings. Fucking Ricky. Ricci isn't all that, to be honest. She's an industry plant. She's a hype train. Callum Walsh, another industry plant. I don't know what Callum Walsh is. Every time she's on the card, he's always there. I don't know who he is. I know he's a boxer, but he's not a good one. Yeah, I'm going with Fatima Klein. Enough dissing Ricky and her boyfriend, but I'm worried about the takedowns. That's probably going to be Ricky's game plan, but I'm going to assume she'd have improved her takedown defense. Much better striker. I like her the way she sets up her high kicks, low kicks. She's got the reach. I can see her getting a late KO. Ricky crashing in, trying to take her down. She stuns with a right down the middle as Ricky gets desperate, not angry, frustrated. But I'm worried about the takedowns. Ricky could smudge her, but I think Klein's a much better striker and will knock out Tabitha Ricci here. A risky pick. I don't like the odds being that wide. I don't gamble, so I don't really give a shit. But I don't understand why the odds are that wide. I think Ricci's okay. I just think Fatima Klein's better, and we'll find the chin and knock her out there. On now to the feature fight, and this has got no business being the feature fight, but Chase Hooper versus Mitch Ramirez. Another dodgy fight to pick because with Chase Hooper, you're trusting in him getting a takedown or submitting the guy he's fighting because his striking is dog shit. And I'm falling for the trap again. I'm picking Chase Hooper. This is the last time I pick him against anyone semi-decent. I'm going with Chase Hooper here. I just don't think Rich Ramirez is any good. He's not fought in over a year. Last fought Mike Davis. And what gives me more confidence is in his 2 fights, he's been held down for the entirety of the first round against Mike Davis, against Thiago Moises. They're good comp. They're not bad fights. But he's getting taken down pretty easily. Chase Hooper, I know he's dog shit on the feet. I know he's got no power. He's got no pop. But he's a good grappler, a good jiu-jitsu guy. I think he can take Mitch Ramirez down and get the round 1 submission. It's dodgy as fuck because Hooper's got no chin and no striking. So if Ramirez can back him up early and, put a fucking solid hook on his chin or just a couple of jabs down the middle, he very well could knock out Chase Hooper. Last time I had to pick him, I'm going with Chase Hooper. There's not really much else to say. I think he's Chase Hooper. He's going to get slimed out or he's going to have a boring decision where he just holds you down on the ground, or he gets a round 1 submission. That is Chase Hooper, and I'm falling for it again. I'm picking Chase Hooper to submit Mitch Ramirez in the first round. Yeah, shouldn't be the feature fight. Jose Delgado versus Austin Vashi should be there. Nevertheless, he's a big name, Chase Hooper. A meme, really. It's not really because of people like him or think he's funny. It's more of laughing at him, which is interesting. But I'm going with him to beat Mitch Ramirez here, round 1 submission. On now to the co-main event. Another UK guy getting a big opportunity, CLD versus Jared Cannonier. And I'm going to back the guy from the UK, CLD here against Cannonier. That is not why. I think he's a much better striker. And the fact this is 3 rounds fills me with more confidence. If this was a 5 rounder, I would be picking Cannonier. Cannonier, he's a crafty vet, he's 42 years of age. He's got bags and bags of experience. He can take a beating and come back later and beat you up like he did to Robocop. Robocop beat CLD. But CLD's made major improvements in his striking. Looked very good against Marco Tullio, very good against Delidze. What did he though, really? On the feet at least, takedown wise, he's sus to be taken down. That does worry me as Cannonier was able to take MVP down. He could very well smudge him here or submit him. We don't know an awful lot about Duncan's grappling. And the fact that Delidze was able to hold him down worries me a bit here. But I trust in his striking to get an early knockout here. Very good striker. He mixes it up well. Lots of spinning attacks, low kicks, mixes up to the body. He also has that patient ability in his game where you can take it slow. Just pop the jab a bit against Pulev. It's a very calm performance. And then if he does crash in the pocket like he does against Robocop, etc., he could get slammed out. But I trust him here. I can't really pick a guy that's 42 years of age. Like if you watch back the Robocop fight, he was getting absolutely beaten up in the first 2 rounds. come back and survive. But that was a 5 round. This is 3 rounds. I think it goes 29-28 Duncan or an early slime out. Just don't trust in Cannonier early. I think Duncan needs to get on him early. Duncan's a big middleweight as well, 6'2", reach advantage. Funny that, as Cannonier used to be a fucking heavyweight. But I'm trusting in COD here. Worried about his defense. But Cannonier is a fucking dog. Durable, crafty vet. But I think Duncan's going to catch him with some spinning shit, stumble him early, either knock him out or Cannonier will survive to a decision loss. Finally, on to the main event, DDP versus Usman. And bro, did you really think I was going to pick him out, Usman, bro? Dricus Duplessis, DDP, whatever you want to call him, is going to destroy Kamaru Usman. I can see it now. Kamaru Usman curling up into a ball up against the cage as DDP lands ground and pound on his head, begging at the ref, looking at the ref, or covering up in the ball, waiting to be saved by the referee. I'm going with DDP here, and I truly think he's being heavily underrated right now. Are we forgetting that he beat Sean Strickland once, not twice, not twice? He didn't beat him in the first fight. You know, I'm more of a Strickland fan than a DDP fan. But the Chimaev fight, if you watch it back, it actually isn't as bad of a look as you think. Rounds 4 and 5, DDP got up to the feet. Round 1 and 2 and 3, yes, he got held down, but he didn't get submitted. Against Strickland, Chimaev did the exact same. DDP survived 3 rounds of that. Arguably, that is what you would have done to Strickland if he didn't have the whole cardio shit. But we're not here to talk about that bomb Chimaev. We're here to talk about DDP. But what my point is, he's got heart, he's got cardio, and he doesn't give up. Even in round 5, he gets held down, he goes out there with his chin held high. Not like JDM, sadly, as JDM has an awful poker face. DDP's got great cardio. Usman, I think Usman will take DDP down. I think Usman will take DDP down round 1, round 2 at worst. And DDP will grow into the fight. It's a 5-rounder, which is not good for Usman. If this was a 3-rounder, I'm picking Usman. He's going to hold him down for at least 2 rounds here. DDP is a much better striker, awkward striker. You know, you can't really train for a DDP. You know, the DDP by flying anvil memes, etc. It's true. He's a goofy striker, looping shots. He's got a nice question mark kick that goes under the radar. Teeps to the body kicks. That is a massive weapon he had on Usman, on Strickland. Yeah, I really like DDP in this fight. I think he's being heavily. I know he's the favourite, but a lot of people are picking Usman here. Usman, cardio is a big issue against Buckley. Did not look good rounds 4 and 5, and Buckley is dog shit. He's piecing him up rounds 4 and 5. The whole I'm a money weight fighter now, man. I'm a money weight guy. That isn't a good look. You've got no aspirations to win the belt. If you really wanted that fight with Islam Makhachev at 170, you'd go out there, you'd fight a Morales, a Prates, on him. Instead, he's flirting with 2 divisions. He wants that money for the main event. He wants that middleweight belt. You're not going to get either, mate. Because, not to be fair, he could, if he wins, is he going to get a title fight? I don't think so. Because Chimaev has destroyed DDP as well. Imovov's there. I don't see what a win here does for him. He's not going to get you're not going to get a 170 title fight off of a middleweight win against DDP when you've got Prates right there. And you're not going to get a middleweight title fight off of a win against DDP. This makes no sense for him. Unless he's committed to middleweight, this move makes no sense. He's addicted to money. Typical Nigerian. But I'm going with DDP. Destroy Usman. Round 3, round 4. Rip into the body. Low kicks. I know everyone goes Usman's knees are washed. They're not as bad as they seem. But it's for sure a weakness. I think DDP will drown him in the later rounds. Body shots. That question mark kick could even stun him. And I see him dropping Usman in round 3, round 4. Ground and pound. TKO win. Rounds 1 and 2 are dangerous. But Usman has never really been known for his grappling. His submission threats. If DDP can survive against Chimaev for 3 rounds, I have confidence in him to survive against Usman for 3 rounds. I think rounds 1 and 2, Usman will hold him down. It'll be boring. We'll be sitting there at like 5 a.m. in the UK. I'll be looking all miserable, like, oh shit, fuck it, Usman's just going to win, do this for 5 rounds. He's not. DDP will stuff the takedowns as the fight goes on. Pop his jab, pop his low kick, use that question mark kick and the body kick of his, drown Usman in the later rounds, and get fuck off PlayStation, and get a rounds 3 and 4 TKO, and earn either another title elimination bout or a title fight. Who the fuck knows what they do with the title picture? I'll wait until I'll talk about that after this fight because he may not win. It's not guaranteed. But yeah, I'm going with DDP to beat Kamaru Usman. So yeah, DDP, CLD, Chase Hooper, Fatima Klein, Montez, Delgado, Seong Hyun Kyo, Levi Rodriguez, Alden Correa, RJ Harris, Dion Barboza, and Ezra Elliott. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and goodbye.